Hello, I'm Claudia Sai from BeHealing.com. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. It's Monday. How was everyone's weekend? Was it good? Mine was really good. I really enjoyed this weekend. Fight night on Saturday night. It was a lot of fun. My friends were there and fights were great, and we all went out afterward as well. How about your weekend? So yesterday was a bit of a write-off because I was very tired, but it's kind of nice too to have a relaxing day. So I'm going to be doing some channeling this morning for the collective about relationships, twin flames, healthy relationships, how to get into one, what's going on with the energies at the moment. And also I'll be giving mini reads as well. If you're on here, excuse me, if you're on here live with me, you can get one of those mini reads. Check out how to do that by checking out the pinned comment, the comment that's pinned up top of the live chat that tells you how to do it. It's by donation. There's a PayPal link in that pinned comment for your donations. You can also use Super Chat, Super Sticker here on YouTube if that's easier for you. You're very welcome to do that. Excuse me. After you've done your donation, put a capital Q at the start of your comment with your question in. And your question can be very specific. Remember, I've got the yes or no answer crystals that I can pull out my bag. I've also got cards as well to give you your answers for your questions. So, or it can be very specific. It can be yes or no. It could be guidance for a particular area of your life, career, love life, about a specific person. It's hard to say that word, specific. Hi Maria, how was your weekend? Was it good? So let's get some cards out then for the collective. I'll batch those mini reads up, so get your donations in at any point. And let's see what the guides want to tell us this morning about love lives at the moment. What's going on with the energies at the moment? Well, I've been in touch with Mr. 3 Days. He is coming back, he says. So, I don't know when. Maybe he's going to surprise me. Hey, Crystal. You're welcome. I enjoy doing it, you know. I wouldn't be doing it if I wasn't getting something out of it myself, of course. I tend not to do readings and stuff about stuff that I'm not going through at the moment. Because I'm a little bit selfish like that too. I'm getting something out of it. But yeah, I wouldn't do any different. I do enjoy it. We're starting out with the Five of Cups, which is that missing out kind of an energy. It's when we're focused on what we've lost instead of what we've still got in our hand. So I just had a flash then of like a woman in mourning. Somebody's died, but she's still got children here, and she's immersed in that mourning instead of being present with the children, with what's left, you know. It's that kind of an energy. Might be mourning something at the moment. I'm getting a definite mourning energy from this. Could be mourning the end of a relationship, but it could be mourning end of fixation on a relationship. Because a lot of us have been fixated on someone that we thought was our twin flame for a long time, someone that wasn't coming. If they're not coming, it's because it's misaligned, it's not aligned, it's not happening. But are having focused on that one person that it's not happening with, once we break that off, once we switch our focus, we could have a period of mourning from that. Or we could just move on, which would be healthier, to look after these ones instead of what we've lost, yeah. See, that Five of Cups is kind of a word of warning that something needs to change. It's like focusing on the past when you've got something in your hand there that's still growing. The Wheel of Fortune, things are getting moving. Things are actually changing now. Not much happening for you, Maria? Excuse me. Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, things are getting moving. There's an element of fate in this as well. Which sometimes has people that believe in twin flames and soulmates and stuff, like there's one right one out there for you, can have us feeling kind of stuck in a way. that, fate, this person's fated for me. But if they're not making a move toward you, then they're not. We're ready for whatever we're ready for. And if someone's not ready for the same things that we're ready for, then we're not in alignment. And you can tell yourself all you like that you're in alignment with them and they're your person. But if they're not in alignment with you, they're not in alignment with you. That's the end of it. You felt really lonely lately, Crystal. Sorry to hear that. Yeah. I have been feeling that more this week after last weekend and spending time with him. I've felt the loss of his absence. I really have, more acutely than when I was by myself for 2 years. So, you've been feeling lonely too. You're in limbo. You're in limbo. Wheel of Fortune. So yeah, that's what it is. It's like that mourning. It's that loss. It's all of that. But there's something right there. Did anyone of you listen to that interview that I posted? Lewis Howes, what an amazing man he is. I've been listening to him for years. But I posted in our Facebook group, and there's a link to it if someone is in there. Nobody's in there. People are in there, but if someone is in here that isn't in there, I posted an interview with something CEO. I only just started listening to that guy for some reason. He's been held back from me in the YouTube algorithm until the last few days, and I listened to an interview. Can't remember who with him, and then the Lewis Howes ones, and yeah, talking about men's healing and his stress and how important it is to do the work and for men to do it, and how women naturally do it because we talk to each other. And men don't. They don't talk to each other, so they've not even got that pseudo therapy going on amongst friends that women do. And it's something I really need to. And he goes there in the interview talking with the guy. It's so refreshing listening to men talk like that. All your friends have a partner. Mine do too. But me and my friendship group, their partners aren't with them when we go out. It's girls' time. It's very rare that the partners are out anyway. It's usually us and the kids. It was us and the kids on Saturday night. Some of the kids, not all of the kids, just some of the kids. And so it's not so bad for me. Is it, my friends? Yeah, it's our time. And sometimes if one of the men come out, it's okay if they're invited, but if they just show up, the girls can get a little bit annoyed at that. It's like, go away. This is girl time. It's girl time, and it's very important too. The girl time. But yeah, I imagine if it was all socializing with couples, that would be really awkward. Sometimes they all come along. Sometimes all the guys come along to the parties when we have a big party. Generally they don't. Generally they'll come out because they're generally the babysitters while the girls are out. Next up we've got Hanged Man. This is the waiting. Hanging about waiting. Oh, I'm over that. I'm not waiting anymore. I'm not even for this Mr. 3 days. If I met someone else, I would go on a date. I would. I'm not waiting anymore. We better get back then. It's good to be proactive. I got a message on Tinder on yesterday from Mr. Boring. I only talk about the weather, so I've not bothered getting in touch with him. He got in touch with me saying, I saw you last night. Oh, did you? He said, I didn't see him. He said he was the one by the bar with the baseball cap on. Dunno. He didn't come over to me to say hello. It's probably for the best, because I would have called him Mr. Boring and only talk about the weather. What's that? That's that. Get girl time, not often. Oh, really? Oh, no, we have it often. It's important to my girlfriends. So my friends are all in late 30s, 40s. They've all got young kids. Oh, yes. They've all got Farang Thai marriages. Yeah. The guys tend to go out on the Friday nights and the women go out on the Saturday nights. We do often, multiple times a week. I don't go out as often as they do. Yeah, they all get together often. Even in the daytime, they have lunch together at the gym. I don't. Too spicy for me. And I'm working and I've got other stuff doing as well. Yeah, you got to have that balance. So the Hanged Man, there might be some waiting around here. Yeah, this is all kind of lost kind of stuff. Seven of Swords saying you're fooling yourself. If you're waiting, you're fooling yourself. A self-deception, Seven of Swords. So waiting around for the fated one is deception, self-deception. I know with this one, I'm still not sure about him yet. I need to spend more time with him. I'm sure that I want to spend more time with him and I want to carry this on. I like what I've seen so far and what I've experienced from him so far, and it's going to take a lot more. There's a part of me that holds myself back from falling in love, and I didn't think that was possible. But it seems that I can halt the limerence by not allowing myself to go into fantasy land with him. It's like, no, I need the proof. I've done that often enough that I need the proof this time from him, and I'm not making stuff up with him. I want him to show me who he is. It feels healthier to me. So none of that self-deception and the waiting around and all of that. I think the twin flame concept and even soulmate concept, I think is causes us to do that. I think it can be unhealthy, and that's not to say we can't use our intuition and stuff for when someone's in alignment with us, right? When they're in alignment with us, not to make up stories, not to make up fantasies. That they will be in alignment. That's the other thing too. Don't go waiting around thinking that someone will be in alignment, they're going to change in that specific way. Chicken's on the fence thing out there with sleepy eyes staring at me. I'd in, but I've got no food. Finished it up this morning with the other cat. Sorry. She doesn't want to come in anyway. So the High Priestess, we can use our intuition, but it's more about intuition of someone's good for us or not. Intuition of, am I in alignment with this person or not? Not the making the stuff up. Not this time. Not this time, Claire. You're not doing that this time, Claire. Such a waste of time. You get stuck on somebody and it's not even true. It's not true that they're in alignment with you. It's not true that they should get in alignment with you, and it's not true that they should make those changes. Here we go. Three of Cups, Eight of Wands. This is the I'm coming back. This was the energy that was in the energy update today. Is he coming back? He's going to tell me he's coming back. He's on another island, not the nearby, on another island on the other side of Thailand at the moment. Not particularly enjoying that. I enjoyed my time on that little island, but he says it's shallow, and it is. It's just like a tiny little party island. But yeah. Eight of Wands, direct communication. Three of Cups, about a reunion, about someone coming back. Someone that's making that effort. It seems to have the right things that challenge me at the moment. You know, it's nice to bring someone in that helps us to grow And he's definitely got that whole masculine thing going on, for sure. Which feels like my next, growth. Oh, maybe you need to instigate more of that girl time, Crystal. Okay, let's find out more. Oh, anyone want a mini read? Quiet in here this morning. 26. Wow. It's so quiet these days. What's going on? YouTube, what's going on? Okay. Okay, what else can you tell us about this then? So there seems to be a warning in here about self-deception. And when we snap out of that, when we're like, what was I doing waiting for so long? When it's obviously not in alignment with me. Not getting himself into alignment. No promises of getting themselves into alignment either. Not like someone said, oh yeah, I'm going to make this change in my life. Just self-deception that they might, based on a feeling, a hunch, intuition, or just based on the fact that you've allowed yourself to fall for them. The Mother of Water, she brings down the rains. Right, so some of us have been avoiding the emotions of letting go. Avoiding the grief. It feels like less pain to hang on than it is to let go, but it's not. You let go, you go through that grief, and you move on. It's much faster than the pain of hanging on for somebody. Mother of Water, who's still hanging on then? Why is these messages coming out? I'm certainly not hanging on for anyone anymore. Mother of Water brings down the rain. She nourishes the relationships and feelings that are needed for life to flourish. Yeah, life to flourish. That's something. Living a bigger life. I posted that meme that I forgot about last time, that I couldn't find last time, in Psychic Cafe Club on Facebook, about getting dressed up and doing more things and all of that. Life flourishing. It's not holding back on that. We could stay in fantasy land and not really do much with our lives. Not good for us. Mother of Water. So there's something about emotions there. Richness of life and emotions. Then we've got the Ace of Earth. Wow, big offer, big opportunity. Something that can be grown into even more. Okay, so something that starts out in alignment and can be grown to even more. So there's growth and there's change in it. But it starts out in alignment first. Ace of Earth. I find myself very lucky because going on Tinder, because there's a lot more tourists here, I don't want to really meet tourists. For me to have met a digital nomad who can stay if he wants to, I'm lucky. That's lucky. Because what I don't want is a string of short romances with tourists. What's the point in that? Great for them, of course. They get their holiday romance. Not great for me. The Ace of Earth contains the potential one could hope for. Yeah, so I'm getting like an alignment at the start, and then both of you grow together and it becomes more. Instead of misalignment at the start, holding out for them, knowing that it can grow into something more if they just come along. That's more like I can drag them along kind of thing. I'm ready, they're not ready, I can help them get ready. Don't do it. In that interview too, they were talking about what it feels like when they get together with a fixer woman, what it's like to be in relationship with a fixer woman, someone that's trying to fix them, help them out, point out the things and help them. It's interesting. It's toward the end of the interview that it's interesting to hear the man's perspective on that, because we've all been there, we've all done that. As healers, that's what we do, and it's not a nice experience for them. They said it emasculates them, and that they don't want to hear that there's something wrong with them. They want to be with someone that they're in alignment with. They'll sort out their own growth, as we all do. This ever contains the potential one could hope for. Everything that exists can exist is in this ice. It's a seed of the universe. When this card shows up, it's a gift, a sign that you can make a lot with very little. Nice. Ooh, transformation. Love this card. She's stomping into the darkness again. She's going there. She's not afraid of it. That's like happy times by yourself, single, and like self-love and all that stuff, and happy times. It's like relationship. Yes, it brings challenges and it brings growth in us. It can be seen as the darkness, dating especially. But she's going on in there. Transformation. It's like she's claiming that transformation that she wants. Transformation. Of course, big card for change. It's the Chariot. As we move through all the coexisting cycles of life, we create change and we are change. It's an interesting paradox. We exist in the middle of it as Earth exists in both nighttime and daylight. There's movement happening in these cycles of our lives. We are change and we create change. Right, so we've got movement here, and I think this is the universe calling us for movement now. It's like, right, okay, enough of the stagnancy. You had to stay there and be stagnant to do the self-love thing for a while. Enough already, says the universe. It's time to get moving. Seed has been planted. Something is available to us. It's like you've learned enough. Now you need to put this into practice. Get yourself out there and find someone that's in alignment. And I know so many people say, but I don't want to do the dating thing. I just want to meet them organically. And it's like, well, that's okay. If you are getting out there a lot and doing a lot of things, where they would be. Where would they be? What was mine doing? Well, he was going on day trips. I'm not doing that kind of thing. I'm not meeting tourists on day trips. What the hell? I don't do touristy things like that. He was spending all this time in the touristy parts. I don't do that. He was eating at the really nice restaurants at the front. I'll do that occasionally with friends. He would have ended up at the gym at some point, but probably not at the classes that I do. Our paths may not have crossed unless I'd have gone on Tinder and met him on there. Ooh, 9 of Fire. So come here, bird. Go, come here. Come here. The 9 of Fire. Who is he? Pluto. This one. Pluto. Some say that the only absolutes in life are death and taxes. Oh, we had a death on the island in the last few days. Guy, early 50s, lived here a long time. Heart attack, sudden heart attack. I didn't know him. But a lot of my friends know and devastated by it. It's happening a lot. People just start popping off in our 50s. Scary. Astrologically, whether given status as a planet or not, you are a planet, Pluto. Pluto governs those things in life that absolutely have to happen. There's no way. There's no getting away from what has to happen. Another thing that came out of that interview as well, which might be interesting to you, is he was saying men really do not like confrontation and they will avoid it at all costs, meaning that they will not communicate. If it's a no, if they're saying a no to a woman, they're not going to say it. They're just going to disappear. So I know that for a lot, and for me as well, it's like he would just never speak about it. Why not? Why not just say no? But he wouldn't do that, right? The men, they don't want to do that. They don't want to say no, so they just disappear. So if you're just kind of hanging around thinking, well, if I didn't speak, if it wasn't, if I didn't say no to someone, then it would be a maybe. Is he keeping the door open? No, it's just avoiding confrontation and avoiding saying no. And those those women that are left hanging on by these ones that they think are the twin flames as well, that confront them directly and say, what the hell? Why didn't you talk? I'm like, well, because I don't want to. I don't feel the same way. And it's like, well, you could have just said that ages ago. And they don't, you see, they don't. They avoid confrontation. It feels like this reading is saying something's already happened, but you're not realizing it yet. It's like something's ended already and you don't know. As god of the underworld, it's fitting that Pluto is associated with death, which leads to transformation and renewal. And really, Pluto is not so much a dispenser of death as he is a surgeon, helping us dispose of situations that are completely played out. That's what it feels like. Something is completely played out, and some of us aren't realizing that. Helping us dispose of situations that are completely played out and shedding anything that no longer serves us. Pluto also deals with the issues of sex, power, and control, making sure that we know when these are appropriate and necessary to pursue and when it's time to let go. Although the experiences of Pluto are often hard, painful, even terrifying, the rewards are vast: a renewal of life and spirit, psychological and personal growth, wisdom, and the ability to transcend adversity. The Nine of Fire heralds the inevitable. Unlike the Seven of Fire, the events of the Nine are not a surprise. More often we see them coming. We know we should prepare, but we resist. The changes Pluto promises are usually difficult and ones we'd rather forgo. While that's not possible, there is at least a promises of riches at the end of the journey. So it's going to cause this transformation if we let go of the inevitable. It's inevitable that we let go. It's not going to happen. That one that you're waiting for, it's not going to happen. I'm hearing that over and over again. It's coming up in personal readings too. That message, it's like, no, it was never going to happen. It's like, now you tell us. You were telling us to wait a few months ago. What the hell? I was so annoyed with my guides after that turnaround. It's like, why did you string us along for so long? I was ready to quit my job. Guides, that's it. I'm not doing it anymore. Yeah, I was ready to quit. I was like, guides, if you're going to lead us up the garden path like that, I want to help people. I don't want to damage people. I was really annoyed with them. Like, they said that it was important for our self-love and stuff, but it's like, yeah, we could have done that without you telling us to keep on waiting for these people that aren't coming. What the hell? Excuse me. Okay. I was very annoyed with them. So, Nine of Earth is about being satisfied where you are. It's the single, independent, happy enough where we are at the moment. Yeah, wanting a relationship, but happy enough that you wouldn't just get into any relationship, right? You're going to choose really well. Very important to be in that kind of an energy. Because look what we've got here. The devil. Lammas. Oh my God. So when we're open, then you're going to come in. He's got his voodoo doll on the table there too. The devil. I want to see my ex. It's not the devil. He is the devil. I mean, he's not, but the devil card in this deck, he kind of looks like that. And he rode past me on Saturday morning with no hair. His hair gone from dreadlocks down to his ass to no hair. And he went past me. I'm like, what the hell? So I had to go and see him in the afternoon. He was doing some plumbing at his place. And so we sat and we had dinner together, lunch together. And then the new people that are going to be renting his place came. He's going to keep his shop in the one room, renting the rest of his house out to this group of English people that are going to, because there's 3 other bedrooms there and bathrooms and a cafe, restaurant, bar, if they want to open it as that, which they do. I sat chatting with them. Anyway, the devil, it could be someone that's got an addiction. It could be, that's why it comes at the, I think of him, not that he's the devil, he's a great guy, heart of gold, but addicted. Could be attracting some more of the negative. Of course, as soon as you open up, you're attracting more of the negative. Book of Shadows as well. Da, da, da. This is the Hierophant, isn't it? It's about learning. Oh, okay. So you open up, you move on, you attract more of the same that you did before to see if you really got it this time. Have you learned from it? So whatever your thing is. Another one that doesn't want to offer anything, or another narcissist, or another abuser, or another whatever. Whatever is your thing that you've been experiencing over and over again, you attract that negativity, and for you to say no to it this time. Recognize it. And say no to it this time. Book of Shadows. So we have a book, like a book of our life, but it's a book of shadows. All the challenges that we've had. Did we learn from them? Have you learned from it yet, says the universe? Have you learned yet? And you want some more of the same. Book of Shadows. We begin with a blank book, a book that holds nothing. Nothing except every possibility that exists. Just as we create our future with each moment we live, so we create our personal magical journey. Persical journey. With each page of our book of shadows that we fill. The world is our classroom. What lessons will manifest and shape your path? So some could be bringing the next lesson in. Some could be repeating, bringing someone else in. Not to repeat the lesson, but just to, get past it fast this time. Say no to it. For some, it's new lessons, though. New lessons. Mine seems to be about femininity. And I'm happy to do that. Doesn't matter if it doesn't last a long time. This one. I want to pursue it though, because I think it's got something to teach me about being in that femininity. And I'd like to be in it as well. Waited a long time to have a man that can properly take care of me so that I don't have to be the one in charge all the time. That's exhausting. Then the Ten of Air. The Tarot. The cards of a tarot deck are like the unbound pages of a book. Nice. Whenever they're shuffled, new possibilities are created. Shuffle the book up. They help us visualize the futures that we wish to create. They help us visualize the futures that we wish to create. The Ten of Air indicates much power and control over a situation. Things are moving in a beneficial direction. If they're not, be assured that you can easily change that. Tarot not only tells us about possible futures, it also gives us guidance in creating alternative futures. Okay. You're quiet today. Sunny, you asleep. What's this one? Omens. It's the Tower. Surprises. Omens. The sun's come out, so our chicken is disturbed. Because it's right on her. It woke her up. The Tower. There she is, chicken cat, looking at the Lightning striking the tree. A surprise. Surprise. I don't think I'm going to get a surprise today. I mean, like him showing up. That's not going to happen. I think he needs to go and get I think he'll be going to Malaysia first to get another visa. Here we go. Tower warnings. There's no bad energy, really. Only inappropriate energy. There's no bad energy. It's just people that aren't. There's no bad people. Just people that aren't right for you. Those bad people are good for someone else. And in the same way, there are no bad omens or experiences, but ones we might consider inconvenient or undesirable, at least in the short term. How can a majestic tree being destroyed by lightning be a positive thing, we wonder? All is one. The tree, the lightning, and the fire are all part of the divine. The moon, a shadowy light that conceals more than it reveals, reminds us that we do not always understand the reasons for everything that happens around us. These things, the traumas, the disasters, to us, they are those things. For to us, they are those things, traumas, disasters, do happen. We may not understand why, but we're sometimes given a warning so that we may be prepared. A sudden and unexpected event. Let's let her in. Hi, sweetie. You're going to be disappointed if you go over there, because there's only scraps left. I don't even have a can of tuna. So what have we got? The Mother of Water. Don't be resisting the emotions, the short-term uncomfortable emotions of letting go. Don't be resisting the grief of letting go. It's better in the long term to let go, have a short period of grieving than it is to hang on and that waiting around for someone that's not in alignment. That's like long-term grieving. That's long-term pain. Ace of Earth, because there's something new. There's like a new path. So many different possibilities, but you need to go there. You need to transform yourself. You need to go there. Pluto says it's inevitable. I'm really getting stronger. You're waiting for nothing. You're waiting for nothing. It's not going to happen. It's never going to change. That's why it's so annoying that the guides told us to wait. It's inevitable. So be happy enough where you are. Why? Because you're going to attract more of the same as you did before. The devil energy. Not for you to go through it all over again, but to show that you've got it this time. You've learned. You're ready. Ten of Air. Tarot can help us create new possibilities for our future. There's something surprising coming in. Or what might be right for you could be surprising. Okay, let's get more out. Miserable ladies. Tarot of Miserable Ladies. Or Book of Shadows Tarot So Below deck. What else do we need to know? Queen of Wands, it's time to take action. Queen of Wands takes action. She knows what she wants. She gets out there and she does it. She finds it. She takes action. Queen of Wands, Miserable Ladies. Encourages expression of passion within a safe environment. So, that to me says take action towards something that's better for you. Safe environment. And express your passion in that. So trying to express your passion in a unrequited place, which is painful. the Hierophant, not forgetting what you've learned along the way. Very important to do this, because this is like, there's a lot of warnings here saying you're going to attract more of the same, because we do. We're attractive to that particular type of person. It feels familiar to us as well. We've really got to watch out for that, more of the same. So learn from your past experiences, put it into practice. The Three of Pentacles, time to get planning. What you're going to do. Get creative with it. Yeah, what is your plan of attack? Your plan of approach? For me, it's Tinder. Tinder, and slow myself right down and being open to any kind of dates. My approach is match up with them, then let them make the first move. Because a lot of them are going to be Taurus, like I said. I'm not going to be making the first move on them and just get, like I said, just go out, dating lots and lots and lots of different Taurus. I'm not going to do that. So let them make the first move, which they will if they really are serious about meeting me. And so just go out with those ones. And then take my time with it. Take my time getting to know them, knowing that my devil energy is that falling too fast, falling for the imagination of them, fantasy of them, instead of who they really are. So really just like taking a step back from myself and like, I'm not going to get into fantasy this time. I'm going to take it slowly. I'm going to believe. Oh, dog. Looking for the cats. Yeah, I'm taking it slowly so that I get the evidence. I find out who they really are. And not even pulling cards out. Don't pull cards out about them. Evidence-based only dating is what I'm doing. I'm just keeping my mind open. It's nice when I see the things that are in alignment. But I'm not just looking out for that. I'm looking out for all sorts. So Three of Pentacles, having a definite plan of action for putting yourself out there again so that you can learn from your mistakes and you don't get yourself in the same trap again. What else? My plan of action was not to have sex too soon. Well, that went out of the window, didn't it? Because he was sexy. And he kissed me on the neck, so that was it. I was gone. Four of Swords. Four of Swords. Relax about it. Four of Swords is the card of rest, recuperation. It's about being relaxed, easygoing about it. Be easygoing about it. They're not the love of the life. That next person. They're not the love of your life. Stop telling yourself that. When you feel a connection with somebody. We all do it. It's the limerence. It gets us. There's always work to do. Things will always need attention. Problems forever seek solutions. Luckily, this woman has learned that sometimes the best ideas come when she takes a break. Relaxing her mind allows her to connect with the divine. Yes. Enjoy a moment of calm and prepare for inspiration. I like it. Four of Swords, yeah, it's that rest, relaxation, taking it slowly and all of that. There's something about balancing that as well. Something that come up in my personal weekly reading this week is that very same thing, is enjoy it. And also about balance, like making time for this. Making time out from work. I've had work and health focus. They've been my main focuses the last couple of years. My emotional stuff, my growth, my work, my health. They've been my priorities. Now relationships come in. I've got to make space. I've got to make space in all of those things. Whew. A bit hot in here. Take long to heat up. Sun comes out and then bam, a couple of degrees warmer in here. In my weekly read, I also pulled with the extra guidance part, because in my weekly reads, I've still got spaces on that program, by the way. If you want to join, It's the same link as I sent out in the emails. Usually Saturday, but it's sometime over the weekend. Whoever's in that program that gets the weekly reads, they receive a reading from me, and it goes into the energies for yourself for the week. It's like a paragraph on each. The energies, then the lessons for the week, the lessons that might come up, and a suggested focus for you for the week, and which can sometimes be like an affirmation, but it's more like a focus, and then more guidance, extra guidance for the week. And in my extra guidance, personally, because I do myself as well, as everyone that's in the program, if anyone's interested, put a comment and I'll put the link in here. You pay like a monthly fee and you get it each week. The cards that came out, I got the Ace of Cups out with Sex and Brilliant. I'm like, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Bring it on. That's falling in love and brilliant sex at the same time. Have a bit of that. The Knight of Pentacles, take it slowly. Take it slowly. Yes. Rest up, take it slowly. Make sure you keep that balance in place. Yeah. I enjoy living with people, but I'm not going to do that too soon because I need my space. Like, this is my work space too, but I need time for myself. I need to keep that self-love thing. My friends are very important to me too. I'm keeping that up. Oh, hello, Mr. Man. This one now is taking his shirt off already. Oh, good. The plumbing out there had sprung a leak. All the pipes are just on top of the ground and it heats all the water up. The sun goes on the pipes. There is no such thing as cold water here. But I did notice yesterday that one sprung a leak. There was just like a fine little spray coming out of it. He's fixing them now. You look. Take it slowly. Keep balance in your life. Don't go all in on relationship. But also, don't go all in on the other things too. Make a space for the relationship as well. We just kept on doing dinner together. Just the evenings. He did his thing in the daytime. I did my thing in the daytime. We went for dinner together each evening. Ticky! P-Look's out there, look. I think she likes P-Look. Don't you? If he's around, she'll run after him. She's with me. She might even like him better than she likes me. That's even possible. The dog's out with him now. She doesn't like the dog. The dog chases her. So, Knight of Pentacles, taking it slowly. The Lovers. You see, there's that moving thing. I was feeling that. It was in the energy update today. If he comes back and he's like, can we live? No, we can't. We can't. You need your own place. We need our space. Even if we spend a lot of time together, even if he sleeps here, he needs his own space. Definitely. I won't be rushing into that. I've rushed into it before, you know. Me and Jared, we moved in straight away. Because I met him when I was having to move out of a place. I moved in straight away. I moved into his place. Lovers. Yeah, that's a devil energy in me to do that, move in too fast. Anyone else do that? Do you move in with someone too fast? Lovers, where are you? There we go. The lovers are two people or sometimes a single person. For this card's not always about romantic relationships. Who commit to a certain path. Two people who commit to a certain path. who decide to pursue a certain long-term goal. This is not some random or spontaneous decision. They're in it for the duration and intend to see it to the very end. Consequently, it should be a well-considered decision that includes much soul-searching as well as good balance between the heart and mind. Yeah, and if you listen to that interview as well, they talked about talking about your values before you're properly together, before you've decided that, you know, this is a relationship, let's go for it. And making sure that they know your priorities. Like, relationship is never gonna take over from my work. It's not. I've done this no matter what, in and out of relationships. This is what I do. My health as well, that isn't going to take a back seat. That's very important to me. My friends, they're very important to me. First time I've had like really good friends that are like family. Very important to me. So none of that's going to slip. So making good decisions. We need to, it's like levels of relationship, right? I'm kind of in relationship with him already, but nothing's been decided yet. I always used to be like, I'm in or out, in or I'm out. It's like all or nothing. I think just because I'm dating someone, this is the old me. Just because I'm dating someone, I'm with them, and I'm all in, kind of thing. And now I realize, no, that's not true. It made no sense to me when people were saying, look, we've not said that we're officially together yet. It's like, but we're doing all the things that boyfriend and girlfriend do. And I get it now. I was resistant to that before, but I get it now. It's like, no, you need to talk about it. I need to say, okay, are we going to do this long-term relationship kind of thing? It needs to be instigated like that. With words. The Knight of Wands. Passion? Let's hope so. Knight of Wands. She wields the power of her mind. No, that's the Knight of Swords. Knight of Wands. Focuses her will and gathers her power. She can be obsessive. Be careful of that. Don't get obsessive when that passion kicks in. Use it. Use your power. Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords has boundaries. You need to have boundaries, especially if you're the all-in kind of person in the past. Yeah, so isn't that interesting? So I was thinking like this is the devil showing up, like our old lessons. It's actually the devil in us that shows up again. It's our red flags. It's the crap that comes up in us, the all-in or the fantasies or whatever. We're going to have, our red flags are going to come out again, but we need to be aware of it this time and what it is that we do. Have boundaries. So that could be, you know, the whole, no, you can't move in yet because I really want to. And I lose myself and I need to keep the balance. It could be drawing boundaries up, like my friends are really important, you know, my work's really important, all that kind of stuff. Could be good. Wow, that was fast. My phone's going to go off soon. Transferred some money from Australia to Thailand this morning, just before I came on here live. Just got the email saying it's about to hit my bank account. That's super, super fast. It's like an hour, just over an hour. Sometimes it takes days. Sometimes it's like, boom, in seconds, sometimes seconds. Sometimes I do it and then my phone goes off with the Thai bank. It's in there. The Five of Chalices. Oh no, look at this. Hey Connie. Good to see you in here. Everyone's super, super quiet. Oh, is he the only one in here? Everyone's just gone quiet. Wow. Look at this. Five of Chalices. Oh no. So Queen of Swords, we need to have boundaries, especially with ourselves. Five of Chalices. You might need to have boundaries with the other person as well. But I think it's more, I think now it's talking more about us and our red flags. The Five of Cups, things did not work out as this woman had hoped. Oh well, our expectations were not realised. You know, the highest hopes was you go out on these dates, but you get to know them and it's like, no, it's not that one. It's like, oh well, next. Unfortunately, this does happen in life from time to time, especially when you're dating. Mourning, there you go. I was picking that mourning vibe up. Mourning is like calling to the divine. It can come to comfort and heal. It's reactions to loss and grief. Okay, so what this is saying is like, what's your reactions? Not like try and curtail your reactions, but as you get these disappointments, and we'll date them, or you'll talk to some and they'll disappoint you. You'll date them, they'll disappoint you. You know, they'll show that they're not the one. It's like, oh well, like then you can find out who is. You know, it's just that you just need to move on faster. As Liam, oh, and a fluff ball too, and I'm fine. She's got flowers. Where are the flowers going? The Five of Chalices. Don't be too disappointed. Try and get over it faster. If you think your plan here is to sift through the 99 before you find that one that's in alignment with you, the sooner you can sift through them, the better. So the sooner, like I've got with the Tinder thing, I'll match up with them. They've got to make the first move. They don't. They match up and then they don't message. By far the majority. Well, they've eliminated themselves already. That's a good thing. And if they're not even going to make that effort, right, then they're not going to make enough effort for a relationship with me. So that's a lot of them gone. That's not disappointing. Then, oh yeah, before that, there's if they don't match up with me. Some of them don't match up with it generally, because I don't go on Tinder very much. But generally when I do, if I hit like on someone, it matches straight away. But some of them aren't. It's like, what? You don't like me? He's got a guitar. Yeah. Process of elimination. Then we chat, and then some of them drop off then because they're just dull. Or way too forward. They want to talk about the penis right away. It's like, what the hell? I've got on my thing that I'm not doing hookups. Anyway. So there's ways to sift through them. And even now, the ones that come through, the ones that get through all of those hoops, doesn't mean that they're going to be right for us. It means they're riser for us than a lot of them, right? But I don't know what your plan of action will be, but it's asking for that kind of thing because we can take it really hard when we get too invested, right? I mean, our expectations are too high when we believe the fantasy too much. Hopes can be dashed. We can get really reactive to that. Still here, Maria. Good to hear. Okay. Would I just be disappointed if Mr. 3 Days didn't come back? Yeah, but not that disappointed. I really would like. I didn't tell him before he left that I'd like him to come back. I want him to make his own decisions, you know. But I would. It might last another 3 days. It might last 3 weeks. But I want to investigate this. Didn't have long enough with him to make my mind up on him. I want to see where it goes. I'm in pretty good alignment. He's 44. Aries, which I like very much. I've only had Aries lovers before. I've never had a relationship. Just a short term. Starchild, no, I'm not feeling you today. He seems to know himself pretty well. He's got some wisdom now. Takes care of himself. Vegetarian now, which is weird for me. But his choice. From what I've seen so far, and he's got the whole masculine thing, which is good. Castle, okay. Again, we're talking about homes. Castle is something that you build as well. So, is it? Yeah, it could be someone to build with, but again, don't get into your fantasies because this is long-term stuff. You want to know that what someone's thinking about, what they want in the future, but early days. You know, that's why it's important. They have it now on Tinder. You put whether you've got children and you want more, whether you've got children you don't want more. All of that, it's all very important. It's good to have that information. Whether you don't have children and you never want children, or whether you want children. That's another thing. It's like the straight out. I'm not even going in for dalliance or anything with the ones that want children. It's like, well, I ain't the woman for you. The castle. We need to know what it is that they want in the long term. That's important, but not to get fantasy about it. Just to eliminate them beforehand. Waste of time. Don't want the same things. Same with values too. As soon as you see that a value is not the same, they got to be out. You got to be quite ruthless about that. No more hoping that they'll change. People don't change their values. They don't change their values, and that's why my ex keeps on coming back. It's like I don't get it. He keeps on showing me each time he comes. Not my ex. I've never been with him. He keeps on trying over the last 5 years, coming back in. But our values don't align. They just don't. Even though a lot of the rest of it does, and we're very attracted to each other. There's no escaping that our values don't align, and each time we talk to each other, it shows up over and over again. So it's the long-term stuff, needing to ask about the long-term stuff. What does someone want in their life? What do they want to build in their life? What are their aspirations and all of that? Again, not to get into the fantasy of it, but to instead to be able to eliminate them if they're just not on the same page as you. What else? The cave. The cave is about, it's like the hermit card, being by ourselves, withdrawn, doing our own thing. It's the self-love thing. It's like keep that intact, keep your own space. The castle and the cave, interesting. Keep your own space. Oh, there's an ant escaping from the oil burner. Give him a hand. Your own space, your cave, time to yourself. Girly time. And the bridge between the two. The bridge between the two. Making the way between the two. Right, I'm getting something from that. Making the way between the two. So the cave is like this. Cow card here, the 9 of Earth, but like the being happy with you, happy enough where you're at the moment, so you're not just going to say yes to anyone or anything. Keeping your own space. Then the bridge is the passage from one to the other, to building the castle. It's a slow progress kind of thing. That's like the relationship, isn't it? The progression of the relationship is like, can we do this together? Can this grow? Are we aligned with each other? Can it grow? Come on, ant. There you go. Go on the floor. There's a bridge from being by ourselves to the relationship taking hold. And it's that bridge that needs to be taken slowly Knight of Pentacles, and have things in place, the decision-making process in place. There's a lot of distractions today, dog. Yeah, the decision-making process. When a lot of us would have called ourselves in a relationship, when we're still in the decision-making process, when we're in the dating phase of them. It's been coming up over and over again, that. Especially for me personally, it's like you're still in the decision-making process. Yes, you're with them, but you're still in the decision-making process. I'm going to sneeze. Oh, excuse me. Okay, time to take some more cards out. These ones. Get into the deeper healing areas. Have we got something that we need to address then? Something about our red flags. Because it keeps on coming up again and again. It's like our red flags come out during this process. Sure, we've learned to assess other people's red flags too. But it's our red flags that are the most important. Remember what I said on Friday? I think it was in here. It might have been in a video. I said, what did I say? We can wait for the rest of the world to heal ourselves and go like, I'll be fine if everyone would just like stop abusing, stop being narcissist. If everyone else should just heal themselves, that would be great. Thanks. And then I don't have to heal myself. And it's like, well, that ain't going to happen. And it's more important that you heal yourself. You've got to go first. Don't be expecting the rest of the world to heal itself first. Allowing appreciation. Right. Letting someone love you. Letting the good stuff in. It's harder than it sounds. It's harder than it sounds. Especially when we've been used to bad treatment. It's actually really easy to let bad treatment in. It can be very difficult to let the good treatment in. For example, with Mr. 3 Days, it's like very masculine, wants to take care of me, asks for me to surrender to him. Not in those words, but almost. I'm not used to that. And it takes some effort for me to surrender to him instead of just being on autopilot and doing my usual thing. But I like it. It's really nice to feel safe and loved by him and for him to take care of me. It's really nice. But it still takes effort on my part to stop myself from doing what I'd usually do. So allowing that appreciation in, allowing that love in, allowing yourself to be appreciated. And how you'd actually push that away and fight against it. It's a beautiful thing when someone wants to take care of us, but we can sabotage it and fight against it. Like, no, I want to pay half. I was watching somebody, I don't know, probably Matthew Hussey. I think it was, but I'm not sure. And he said something like, going on a date. What happened? A woman went on a date. She was hanging back when it came to paying the bill time. Now he was hanging back. She said it got a little bit awkward. She's like, what? He's not going to pay the bill. She's like, oh, so should we go 50-50 on this then? And he said, no, it's all right. I'll get it. And then the tension had dissipated. She's like, what is that all about? He said he'd been on dates before where he'd been on one specific date before her, and he'd just gone to get the bill. And the woman had gone crazy at him with the sabotage, of course. Crazy at him going, what, you don't think, what, I'm going to owe you something now, am I? You paid the bill, or you don't think I can pay half of it? All these sabotages come out. And he's like, no. So then he was really worried, right? really worried about paying the bill in case a woman takes it the wrong way again. And he said to her, it was really, he wanted to get the bill, but it's also really important that she offers to pay half of it, offered to pay half of it, and then they go, no, don't worry. It's like you're showing that you're open and generous and all of that kind of stuff, but they still want to do the masculine thing and pay. That little dance that we do. Here, let's go 50-50. No, it's okay. I'll get it. That. Or known beforehand. I mean, I fully expected him to get the bill the first time because he'd invited me, and he did. Don't think I offered to pay half, did I? Can't remember. I really don't think about it. It's like on Saturday night. I don't know who got the drinks on Saturday. I know I got one lot. Just asked whoever wanted a drink at the time at fight night and went off and got them. I'm just used to being generous with my friends, and it's not like we all have a round each night kind of thing. It just balances itself out somehow. But it's that kind of thing. Just be careful of your sabotages when it comes to receiving the appreciation. Allow yourself to be loved. And especially when we're talking first dates, that can be real tricky. It can be a really tricky area. So many people have got baggage around money, especially. But yeah, the masculine and the feminine and all that kind of thing can be fraught with danger. Bills at the end of dates. Rewriting the subconscious. Listen to this. The more I embrace feeling good, the less often I'll feel bad. Again, it's that whole allowing yourself to be appreciated and allowing it. The more you let yourself be loved, the more you get used to it. And the more you feel good, the more you allow yourself to feel good, the more you'll stop choosing those ones that don't make you feel good and all of that. The less often you'll feel bad. It seems obvious, right? The more I embrace feeling good, the less often I'll feel bad. And it's like, well, duh. Yeah. But when you think about it, dating and relationships and all of that, well, you'd be surprised how much we sabotage the good stuff. You'd be surprised. Anyone want a mini read? Because you better get your donations in fast because I'll be finishing soon. And sometimes we can think that it's a worthiness problem. Like, why don't I feel worthy of them paying for something? And it's not necessarily that. Like I said, you might have been thinking, a lot of people have got abundance issues, got issues with money. And you might think it's about that. And it might be a bit of that, but it might be a bit of receiving love from people as well. And it, not being safe to, like the woman that reacted to him paying the bill. Feeling like she owed him something. It's like, oh, now I have to sleep with you, do I? That kind of thing, We kind of picked up all kinds of things. And I know, like, even my family, they would pretend to be generous. But there'd be so much resentment after it. It was like you did owe them. You did owe them if you got anything. Even if they were pretending that you didn't. You did. You owed them. You were resentful of anything that they gave. It was hard as a child, having parents like that. Rewriting the subconscious, letting your subconscious ease into it. So your nervous system is not on full alert anymore, so that you're expecting good. And allowing that good to come in, allowing someone to be nice to you, to treat you. Treat yourself. No, let them treat you. And anchoring the light. The light is always within me. Love and light, blah, blah. That just doesn't mean anything. Let's have something real. Please, guys. But it could be about anchoring that in. So your subconscious gets used to it. Your nervous system is no longer on high alert when you're receiving good things. Waiting for the other shoe to drop, all of that kind of stuff. Too good to be true. All of that kind of stuff. Could be opening your mind. Seeing beyond your beliefs and ideas. Someone that brings something into your life. And healing heartbreak. Wow. My heart will love again. We will go on. We will love again. Healing heartbreak. Of course, relationships can be very healing. They can. inspiring others. Mr. 3 Days is like, maybe I should move here and maybe I should set a business up where and it's like island life, something like that. How to make a change like that and live on an island and all that kind of thing. Interesting idea. I like that he's got entrepreneurial spark in him, even though he's working for someone else at the moment, which surprised me. I'm like, oh, I've not been out with someone that works for someone else for a very long time. I always choose people that have got their own businesses. Oh no, Jared, he worked for someone else. Anyway, inspiring others. I help others feel empowered by acknowledging their gifts. So you're being loving and giving toward them as well, which might be something that you hold back at first. If one of your red flags for yourself is overgiving and all of that, and rose-tinted glasses and making them out to be wonderful when they're not, sort of seeing the reality. So you might have to ease into that, helping others feel empowered by acknowledging the gifts. You don't want to do that in a relationship, right? You want to actually see the gifts what they are, or lack thereof. You want to see them as they are, not just being the coach or the teacher to them. There's something in this inspiring others, though. Yeah, I'm more of a realist now. I used to be very rose-tinted glasses about people, just seeing the best in other people. Gotta watch out for that. I might have gone a little bit too much in the other way now. A little bit realist now. I'm like, oh, you work for someone else. How disappointing, both for you and for me. Okay. Things to look out for as we get into this are red flags. Be on the lookout for them. That's what I've got for you. No mini reads today. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Let's put these away. And I will be doing a pick a card read. It is the Love Tarot today. So check that out on my YouTube channel later. Join us in my Facebook group here, where I share things like that. Like that interview. Things that I think you'll get a lot out of, because I'm constantly listening to things, learning, reading books and stuff like that. I'll always share that stuff in there. So stay in touch in the Facebook group. Don't forget to click like on this video before you click off, and click that subscribe button as well. And yeah, as I said, check out my pick a card read that I'll be putting out later. Let's do this all over again in 2 days' time. Have a good one, everybody. I'll see you on Wednesday.